More than 3 million foreign tourists visit Japan every month. Here too in Osaka, travelers from overseas are seen across the city. A popular tourist spot is Namba. It recently became home to a new tourist facility designed for foreign visitors. What exactly do they offer? Inside, we find a sumo ring. Called Hirakuza, it was opened in May of this year and puts on sumo shows for tourists from abroad. Prices start at about $65 per person, which includes a boxed lunch and drink. The show starts at night. Appearing in the ring accompanied by mystical music are former sumo wrestlers. First, a mythical world is portrayed, and the origin of sumo is presented as a story.
All spectators holding their ground until the final blow is struck.
The entire show is narrated in English. Next, the MC, a Rakugo comic storyteller, takes the stage to rev up the audience.
Please welcome, this is Matsu!
Unlike in Grand Sumo, the wrestlers make their entrance in a flashy way. To draw the crowd into the show, they also give high fives to people in the audience. And to make it easier to understand for people unfamiliar with sumo, the practice session, techniques, and rules are introduced using comical movements and expressions.
He loses. Don't Mike Tyson? No punching! It's illegal in sumo. No punching! Yes, all the
When showing the matawari leg stretching movement to demonstrate the flexibility of the wrestlers, the audience breaks into applause.
Are you okay, Toma? Oh, he's okay. It's time to take a photo. Don't miss the photo chance.
This wrestler thrills the audience with a charming pose. And the highlight of the sumo show is a tournament where the wrestlers engage in actual bouts.
Today's champion. Oh, Matsu holds. So who will be the champion? The green Matsu, the purple Kiku. Oh, Matsu holds something. Oh my God! Today's champion is
Matsu is declared the winner. On this day, he's the champion. To get visitors to experience sumo firsthand, volunteers are invited up to the ring to take on the wrestlers. So, what did the audience think?
We don't have sumo, so we come to Japan, we want to see sumo, so it gave us a bit of access to do that.
The audience also takes parts. That's very nice, very creative.
The quality of the show, it's so much better quality than what we could usually get in California and in Los Angeles. It's just so good, so much value for what we pay for.
The facility is run by a group company of Hankyu Hanshin holdings. While the opening was significantly delayed by the coronavirus pandemic, they were finally able to start operations after 6 long years.
We conducted a survey in more than 10 countries ahead of time and found that there was a very strong interest in sumo. Our focus is on getting visitors to experience Japanese culture, and we especially wanted to offer a wholesome way for families to enjoy nighttime in Osaka. There really hasn't been anything like this until now. We felt it was an opportunity for us, and that's why we built this.
Hirakuza was opened with the aim of promoting the traditional Japanese culture of sumo around the world. Selected as one of the opening members was 24-year-old Tsuguto Toma, who was a sumo wrestler until 3 years ago. He's 183 centimeters tall and weighs 220 kilograms. Back when he was in elementary school, Mr. Toma was known nationwide as the Yokozuna Grand Champion of Children's Sumo. He caught the eye of Yokozuna Hakuho and threw himself into the world of Grand Sumo. But
2.5 years after entering the world of Grand Sumo, I got diabetes. I got better and started training again, but my legs felt numb and I felt something was wrong. It became quite bad, and when I went to the hospital, I found out it was a herniated disc.
Mr. Toma made it to the top of the Sandanmei rank, but beset by injury, he left the ring after just 2.5 years.
After retiring, I felt I had nothing left. It was something I kind of thought about before leaving, but I really started wondering what I had without sumo. I thought I was just a fat person.
After retiring, he continued training while helping out at a local Okinawan izakaya pub. At about that time, he was scouted by a sumo talent agency. On this day, he goes to a fitness gym. To build a body he can show, he trains every day.
I want to be useful to the show as much as possible, so I'm doing my best to take care of my appearance and other aspects.
Mr. Toma says he's trying to lose weight now. He calculates calories when preparing meals and tries to maintain muscle mass. He's focused on his performance at Hirakuza.
All I eat is chicken now, but it's delicious, no matter how many times I eat it.
Mr. Toma is constantly training hard. We asked him about the highlights of the show.
I want them to see my whole body. They've come all this way, and all I'm wearing is a mawashi belt. I'm not wearing pants or any other clothes. So I want them to see everything from head to toe and wonder if I'm the same human being as them. I want them to actually see for themselves.
Namba, Osaka. Arriving at Hirakuza, where sumo shows are held, is a certain person. This man is actually the president of a company that manages wrestlers starring in the sumo show.
Good morning.
48-year-old Yoshinori Tashiro runs Sumo Agency, a talent agency specializing in sumo. They incorporate entertainment in their sumo shows, a feature not found in grand sumo tournaments.
In real sumo, wrestlers will grab their opponent's belts as quickly as possible. But for example, our wrestlers will make big movements when grabbing the belts. We want them to emphasize each and every movement and technique. Also, when wrestlers slam against each other, in real sumo, they'll be reprimanded if they grunt too loudly. But if you hear just a small grunt, that intensity just doesn't come across. That's why our wrestlers make it a point to be louder when they grapple. It's not exactly what sumo is supposed to be, but as a show for people to see sumo, I think it's a very important aspect. You really get to feel the intensity.
Mr. Tashiro competed for 7 years as a Makushita 3rd Division wrestler under the name To'oyama. He decided to open a talent agency specializing in sumo because he wanted to solve a certain problem for wrestlers.
I've seen many people just like me who've retired. The sumo world is very unique. Sumo wrestlers cook chanko hot pot and live together as a group. So we tend to become overconfident and think we can do anything. We mistakenly assume that things will work out after we retire. But once you're outside the sumo world, you realize, I realized, I knew nothing about the world, not even how much money I needed to live. In the beginning, I honestly didn't have any clue what to do and was frustrated about how little I knew.
After retiring, Mr. Tashiro got a job at a supermarket with the help of an acquaintance. A blog he had been writing since his sumo days caught the eye of a talent casting company, and he started getting work in the entertainment industry.
I never imagined a supermarket worker like me would be in a movie or a television commercial. Once I started doing this, more and more people contacted me, and I would tell them that my dream wasn't to quit and be in a Hollywood movie.
Unexpectedly, Mr. Tashiro started doing jobs in entertainment. At the same time, he began thinking about ways to support the second careers of wrestlers struggling with what to do with their lives after retirement. Advice from an acquaintance he was talking to at the time led him to building the foundation of his current business. That person was Dr. Kazutaka Sugimoto, who had long been treating and supporting Yokozuna, Ozeki, and other sumo wrestlers.
When professional athletes retire, usually they reluctantly retire because of injury. And that comes suddenly. It's completely unexpected. Most people haven't even had the time to think about what you could call a second career. So I suggested that he create an environment to show sumo. There are actually many athletes around the world who want to get physically bigger. Sumo wrestlers join stables at 16, and even if they only weigh 72 kilograms, they're able to bulk up to 140 kilograms. In terms of bodybuilding, getting bigger is a key focus now in professional sports. We're very skilled at producing big athletes based on experience we've built up in the sumo world. And we believe we can promote that globally.
Hirakuza in Osaka is the culmination of such ideas. Greeting guests at the entrance is also one of Mr. Tashiro's ideas.
John Wick. I think I've heard of it, actually. I've just never seen it.
Formula One.
Oh my god,
Nice.
Most people don't know who I am, but whatever country they're from, I've probably been in their media. So when I showed them my Instagram or pictures, they all say they think they recognize me and seem happy to meet me.
I have seen him in an advertisement, in Indian advertisement.
Yeah, I've showed videos to all my friends and they all seem very, very interested. And they're from all over the world, so I'm sure they'll be coming to see this as well. So yeah, very interesting.
While they've gotten a positive response from the audience, capacity was only at 70% on this day. Filling seats remains a challenge.
We've only just opened, so we don't seem to be that well known. There still isn't enough information for travelers in their home countries before they come here. If we can get them to come to Osaka because they want to come here, I think we can expand our reach. We're praying that we'll be filled to capacity by around autumn.
Mr. Tashiro is aiming to build a globally recognized entertainment group, much like Cirque du Soleil. He also hopes to further expand career opportunities for sumo wrestlers after they retire.
Second careers are important, of course, but we have to think about the third careers of the wrestlers working with us now, 10 years down the line. We have to build something for them so that we don't just fire them after they can no longer do sumo. For instance, they could help in the kitchen at Hirakuza or act as attendants. The challenge for me going forward is making sure that they can continue to make a living.